Hello guys, today in this video we will talk about some best DJI drone in market. After some rigorous research and searching, we have found for you something that can satisfactorily fulfill all your needs and requirements. So whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, you get everything first in this channel. For more information of the product, I provide you link in the description. To get more of this type of video, like and comment, and please don't forget to subscribe. Number 5. Our number 5 is DJI Mavic 3. The DJI Mavic 3 is a leap forward for folding drones, thanks to its excellent video quality and safety features. In many ways, it's everything drone fans could hope for, with an excellent 4/3 camera, adjustable aperture, boosted battery life, and improved collision avoidance, all packed into a bundle that's lighter than the Mavic 2 Pro, thanks to firmware updates. It's also now fully featured, but the high price tag remains a cost that non-professionals might find hard to justify. The highlight of the DJI Mavic 3 is undoubtedly its new dual camera, which features 2 individual sensors and lenses, impressively. The main camera houses a 20-megapixel 4/3 CMOS sensor with adjustable aperture, and this provides the best image quality in its class. The drone's second telephoto lens is much more limited, lacking manual controls or raw shooting, but is an occasionally useful alternative for capturing distant subjects, flight and safety aside. The Mavic 3 uses the omnidirectional obstacle sensing system to improve subject tracking with the upgraded Active Track 5.0. Flight and safety aside, the Mavic 3 uses the omnidirectional obstacle sensing system to improve subject tracking with the upgraded Active Track 5.0. In terms of performance, it tracks subjects well and can follow slow and fast-moving subjects with ease. The Mavic 3 was also able to successfully track a person walking between and behind obstacles with no loss of the subject. For faster subjects, such as cars, tracking is also successful as long as the vehicle isn't traveling faster than the drone's top speed of 42.5 miles per hour in sport mode. Other features include trim download, where you can select part of a video clip to download rather than the whole file, and quick transfer, which will allow you to store and process content on your smartphone using Wi-Fi 6 to link to the drone. Number 4. Our number 4 is DJI Mini 2. The DJI Mini 2 is the perfect entry-level drone for beginners looking to get to grips with flying, capturing, and editing bird's-eye views of beautiful landscapes and cityscapes. Unlike the original Mavic Mini, the Mini 2 offers 4 Kelvin resolution, although it has a smaller sensor size than the Mini 3 Pro and lacks obstacle avoidance sensors. But whichever you opt for, you won't be disappointed, as long as you're happy to shoot during the brighter daylight hours. The DJI Mini 2 is an ultra-compact drone that's so small and easy to use that you can slip it out of a jacket pocket and launch it within seconds. It's since been succeeded by the DJI Mini 3 Pro, but remains on sale as a more affordable alternative to that model. This makes it one of the best beginner drones for those who want to capture 4K video without some of the high-tech wizardry of the pricier DJI drones that dominate our best drones list. The DJI Mini 2 seconds design is virtually identical to that of the Mavic Mini. But what's the bump in video resolution from 7K to 4K is welcome. Sure, technically, there's no reason we can think of that 4 Kelvin capture wasn't built into last year's model. But in well-lit scenes, the extra recorded pixels mean more scope for zooms and crops. Digital zooming is limited to about 2x if you're shooting in 4K, though you can get usable 3x footage at 1080p as soon as the light drops, though. So too does the Mini 2 seconds usable zoom range, as you'd expect with such a small sensor. This isn't a drone for shooting in gloomy conditions. The Mini 2's video struggles when the sun drops, though its photos bear up a bit better. Its propensity to underexpose slightly also compounds middling performance in dimly lit scenes. In turn, we'd recommend keeping flights to bright and beautiful days when possible. With manual photo and video shooting, you can override the auto mode to boost low light performance. The panorama feature is also great, working better than that of the 64-megapixel DJI Pocket 2 when it comes to dynamic range across an expansive scene. And a revamp is that controller, which is beautifully streamlined and delivers a boosted experience. Number 3. Our number 3 is DJI Mavic 2 Pro. The Mavic 2 Pro remains one of the best drones you can buy, although it's now been overshadowed by the arrival of the DJI Air 2S. The Air 2S brings significant size and weight savings, and these give it the edge over this older model. But if you need features like variable aperture, the Mavic 2 Pro is still worth considering. And its 20 megapixel, 1-inch sensor is capable of shooting some of the best 4K video and raw stills you'll get from a consumer drone. Flying the DJI Mavic 2 Pro really couldn't be simpler. This is thanks in part to GPS, which holds the drone in position and stops it from getting blown out of position by the wind. And safety features like collision avoidance, which uses omnidirectional obstacle sensing that helps you avoid crashing. These features are truly incredible. But don't let them lull you into a false sense of security. Despite being active by default, they won't necessarily stop the drone from crashing into objects. On paper, the Mavic 2 Pro can fly for up to 31 minutes, which is more realistically 25 minutes, with a maximum speed of up to 45 miles per hour, 72 kph. So losing control or crashing will likely have expensive consequences. The Mavic 2 Pro is incredibly easy to fly and with some of the most advanced flight and camera technology currently available in the consumer drone market. It's capable of producing professional-level stills and video. It's not as portable as the DJI Air 2S and its image quality doesn't match the DJI Inspire 2, which has a micro Four Thirds camera. But the Mavic 2 Pro is a classic that is still worth considering if you need that adjustable aperture. These are the best drones you can buy right now. Number 2. Our number 2 is DJI Air 2S. By combining the DJI Mavic Air 2's compact design and the Mavic 2 Pro's image quality, the DJI Air 2S is the best all-round drone you can buy. It delivers several new features over the Mavic Air 2, including a large 20 megapixel 1-inch sensor and digital zoom, and squeezes all of this into a folding design that weighs just 595 grams. While it's slightly pricier than its predecessor, it's well worth the extra cost. The headline feature of the DJI Air 2S is the 20 megapixel 1-inch sensor, which improves image quality and provides an improved high ISO response compared to the Mavic Air 2. Then there's the ability to capture 4K video at 30 fps, alongside 4K at up to 60 fps. As well as 1080p at up to 120 fps, which opens up significant creative potential for capturing video. Even better, this larger sensor camera has increased the weight of the drone compared to the Mavic Air 2 by just 25 grams. Digital zooms are traditionally extremely poor because they reduce image resolution by cropping into images to achieve the zoom. But here it's achieved less destructively, because the Air 2S's camera can record at up to 4K and explains why there's a sliding scale of zoom available at different video resolution. Either way, 2x zoom is as far as you'd ever want to go at any resolution. You can record video in H264 or H265 formats, and can also choose from 3 video color profiles. These are normal, D-Log, or HLG. This provides the perfect range of options for both professionals and enthusiasts. Pros can fit their aerial footage into a raw video workflow with color grading, while hobbyists can use standard mode to get footage that looks great straight out of camera without any need for raw editing. Number 1. Our number 1 is DJI Mini 3 Pro. The DJI Mini 3 Pro is a serious upgrade for the Mini series, and the best compact drone you can buy right now. With its larger sensor, built-in obstacle avoidance, and intelligent flight modes, it packs the performance of larger drones into a compact, convenient package. Although while the Mini 3 Pro is suitable for beginners, its price tag lifts it to more serious and exclusive heights. What's most impressive about this beginner drone is that DJI has managed to include a tri-directional obstacle avoidance system inside such a small drone. But that's far from the only improvement over its predecessor. The Mini 3 Pro's sensor is bigger. It's now a 1.3 inches CMOS chip. Its lens's maximum aperture has been increased to a bright f divided by 1.7. Its video capabilities have been vastly improved, and the camera can be rotated 90 degrees, enabling you to capture stills and video in both landscape and portrait format, thanks to the new 12-megapixel 1 divided by 1.3 inches sensor, which is capable of capturing 48-megapixel photos. Image quality is incredibly good for such a small and lightweight drone. There is a small loss of sharpness towards the edges of the frame when shooting stills, which is typical of most consumer drones, and lateral chromatic aberrations can be visible along high-contrast subject edges. But this isn't a major issue. Overall, video captured by the Mini 3 Pro is excellent. The videos captured for our tests were shot without ND filters, because these were unavailable at the time. This means the 4K footage is a little choppy, due to the fast shutter speeds required to balance exposure against the fast f divided by 1.7 fixed aperture. Detail and sharpness across the frame are, however, excellent when shooting video. And the use of ND filters will produce fluid footage when shot at the optimum shutter speed for the frame rate of the video being captured. An ND filter set is available separately from DJI. And this is an essential buy if you intend to shoot video. This is for today. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thank you.